What's up, YouTube? Sean the Gamer here, bringing you my NXT TAKEOVER the N network special preview, predictions, all that good stuff. So far we only know about a handful of matches. I think 5. We have the tag team title match, the Ascension. The Revival versus the American Alphas for the tag team titles. We have Asuka versus Nia Jax for the women's title. We have Shinsuke versus Austin Aries. Then we have Ty Dillinger versus the new guy that's coming in, Andre Sin, whatever his last name is. I got to do some research on him so I can properly talk about him so I don't sound stupid. And then we have the World Heavyweight title match, Finn versus Joe in the steel cage. Those are the 5 matches that we know about for the June 8th show, which is tomorrow. I'm recording this the day beforehand. I was trying to make sure all the announced matches were up, so I'm going to take one more double check just to make sure. So hold on one second. Okay, so 2 things. This San Almas guy, the new guy, that is actually El Sombre. If you don't know him, he was in CMLL and did some work in New Japan, so I have seen him wrestle before. So yeah, that's going to be fun to watch him in NXT. So I'm glad I actually looked that up. And those are the only 5 matches confirmed right now. So they might add like a 6 surprise match. You know, somebody might come out, get on the mic, talk some stuff, and somebody might challenge them. We might see the talk about that at the end. But I do want to say though, before we actually get into these actual predictions and stuff, because it's not a hard card to book. This is not a hard card to book, and this is why. The title for this takeover is the end. That does not mean this is the last NXT takeover. I don't know why you people, or some of you people, are thinking, oh, this is the last takeover, this is the last takeover. They have at least 2 more scheduled already for this year. What this title means is this is the end of the road for people who've been down in NXT for a long time, or who is ready to come up. So my predictions tonight, whoever loses will end up on the main roster by the end of the summer during this brand split. So let me go through this, and once I say the winner, the loser, and then I'm going to explain why I feel like that person is ready or not ready to move up to the main roster. And not just the people on this card, it's going to be like people that's not on the card as well that are moving up to the main roster for the brand split. And this is the end of their tenure, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got some kind of like video package that featured like a lot of the alumni from NXT, like Seth Rollins, Sasha Banks, yada yada yada. Then they're just talking about making NXT what it is, and then going into a new era for NXT, bringing in people like Eric Young, Bobby Roode, things like that. So with all of that being said, only exception to this is Austin Aries. That's the only exception to this, because Austin's going to lose to Shinsuke. Because if Austin Aries beats Shinsuke Nakamura on this card, then I have no idea what they're thinking. Unless they're bringing Shinsuke up super early, I have no idea what they're thinking. Anyways, let's start from the bottom of the card. We have Dillinger versus Elmas. Elmas is going to win. It's going to be his debut. So if I like Dillinger. Dillinger is going to win, and Dillinger probably will make his way up to the main roster. I can see Dillinger just being. I think Dillinger with that perfect 10 gimmick, he can do something. He can be something on the under to mid card. And then, like I said, we have Shinsuke versus Aries. I don't think Aries is going to go up, and I don't think Shinsuke is going to lose. So like I said, that's the only exception to that. If you lose, you're going up. I believe the American Alphas are going to defeat the Revival. So the Revival is definitely coming up. And then we have Asuka versus Nia Jax. This is another one. This is a tricky one, because I don't feel like, just like Dana Brooks, I don't think Nia Jax is just ready just not that ready yet to be on the main roster. She's good. I love me some Nia Jax. She has greatly improved since her match with Bayley at TakeOver some months ago, but I don't think it's her time yet. If she does go to the main roster, perfectly fine. It's one of those things, just like Bayley, I feel like it's too early for her to go to the main roster just yet. Bayley's not on this card, but I feel like but she's injured too. It's kind of like but Bayley's coming up, no matter what. I don't care. They want to give her she's going to have one more match down on NXT, but she's coming up. And then, Asuka's retaining the title. I don't know if she's going to actually physically win the match, but Asuka's going to win. And then we have Samoa Joe going against Finn Balor in the first steel cage match of NXT history. And if I've been saying TNA this whole time, I'm sorry, NXT. So, NXT title on the line in the cage for the first time. And of course, Samoa Joe is going to win. Balor is on his way up. I don't know if he's going to interact with the Bullet Club too much, unless they're going to have Bullet Club Raw and Bullet Club SmackDown. And maybe have the Revival and Finn Balor have some kind of, I don't know. I'll do a Bullet Club video later, or the Club video later, Balor Club video later, but that's it. A little more time. Elmas over Dillinger. Nakamura over Aries. Asuka over Nia Jax. But I don't know if she's going to get a clean tap-out victory or pinfall. Because I feel like that's a rivalry that can go for months. Asuka versus Nia Jax. Because Asuka's this little powerhouse, and then Nia Jax just pure power. So that can go on for a long time. Nakamura over Aries, Alphas over Revival, and Joe over Balor. Like I said, the end of this card, a lot of people are going to come up. All your losers, well, majority of the losers are going to be called up. A lot of people are coming up from NXT to the main roster. And it's good, just the changing of the guards for NXT. And this is the true test for NXT now, to see if they can sustain a refresh. This is going to be a hard refresh for TNA, like pretty much season 3 now. I think about season 1 was kind of like the Seth Rollins and Dean Ambroses and Big E's and things like that. Then season 2, that's when we got, the Sami Zayns, the Kevin Owens and all those people. And now we're going into season 3. And now we have our Nakamuras, our Joes, our Asukas, and all these new women and talent coming in, like the Peyton Royces, all these second, third generation women's they got coming in, like the Blanchard. I can't remember the other one that came in. I don't think. And then you got McFoley's daughter coming in pretty soon. I don't know how her training is going, but she's coming in. So it's going to be good for NXT to have this hard refresh. You have a lot of talent. And my only real question is, where does Bobby Roode go? I don't want Bobby Roode in NXT. I want Bobby Roode on SmackDown. I want Bobby Roode to somehow become the face of SmackDown as US or IC champion. That's what I want. I don't want Bobby Roode in NXT, at least not for that long, because he just has that talent to be on the main roster. He can be like AJ and just skip right up to the main roster if you want to. But if you really want to because if you put Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Austin Aries, and Joe on the same show at the same time, you really just have TNA down there. So I think if you want to keep it separate, help build up some of these new guys you still have down there, you bring up Bobby Roode to the main roster immediately. He's one of those few TNA people that seem to have worked that can easily transition to the WWE style, if you know what I mean. So I'm done rambling. That's the card. If you've enjoyed this review or this preview and you have your own thoughts on this card down below, let me know. You can follow me on Twitter definitely tomorrow night, because I will be live tweeting out the whole time, and I probably will be doing like the live review podcast like I did the last time for the last pay-per-view, whichever one it was, Extreme Rules Payback, whichever one it was. So with all that being said, follow me with all types of social media, link down below: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. If you have not already, please share this video to your friends, and subscribe if you have not already, and like this video to show your support. And with all of that being said, I am Sean the Gamer, and I am out of here.